Welcome to the Wholeness and Wellness podcast. I'm your host, Megan Toops, founder of Libra Living Wellness Limited. And this is episode 19, and it's kind of a part two. We did an episode, it was episode 11, Purposeful Passion, how living your passion transform your wellness. So this is kind of a part two, and we have returning guest Maria Lima with us today. I'm excited to kind of catch up with her as we kind of talk about our passions and how they affect our wellness. So, Maria, welcome again on Wholeness and Wellness podcast. Why don't you kind of give us like a little, I guess, recap of what your passion is?
All right. Okay. So thanks for having me again. It's a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. My passion is writing. So writing is something that I've been doing since I know that I started writing with a pen. But I started a blog back in 2015. And my blog is kind of my psychologist. It's everything for my mental health.
Yeah.
So I write for my blog very often about different things, about films, about the things that I love. Actually, I like to say that. And I also into filmmaking. Last year, I started a cohort from the Documentary Association in Canada, and I just finished it. It was a one year training. In that cohort, I was able to go to a few film festivals. One was in Toronto last April. It was Hot Docs. It was amazing. The other one was in Lunenburg, which is a city in Nova Scotia. So I learned a lot. I've been writing scripts. One of my scripts was in South Korea. I was applying for a mentorship, but unfortunately, I didn't get it. But they got back to me, and it was about 200 people all around the world applying for that position. And it was funny because they only had one spot. But they
Wow.
gave me some instructions that how I could be, still working on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing.
Well, it's a good experience too. Like even though you didn't get in, it's good experience for other opportunities, right? Like it kind of
Oh,
gives you that practice of writing those things for that. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still exciting. Is there anything currently that you're working on? Because I know you're kind of in this transition period of where you kind of just finished that cohort. You were gonna try to do that, in Korea program or whatever. So is there anything like you're currently working on?
Oh my goodness. I have been so many projects that I don't even know how to start.
Okay.
Okay. I think that the first one is the short documentary series that I've been working for probably now about 3 years. I do have a studio now and a producer that we were working
Okay.
together.
Short document.
It's
Yeah.
called Crossing Borders.
Yes. Okay.
And this one talks about the experiences and what newcomers bring to the province, right?
Yeah.
Because we have seen lots of newcomers arriving in the region, which is
Yeah.
kind of normal in Canada, but not really in New Brunswick. This is something that really started like maybe 10 years ago with the Syrian war. So this is one. So I finished photography. I filmed the first episode, and I have 4 episodes that I'm scheduling to film.
Okay.
Besides that, I've been working in the project that this is an old one. It's from 2021 when I started working at Magma, which is a
Yeah.
book about refugee stories.
Okay.
This one is almost there. So I do have an editor now that we are working
Okay.
together.
That's awesome
So
because I do know a publishing company too as well. So like if yeah, if you need
that's
some
that fits. I do that fits
okay,
in the
good.
story. Yes, so I'm just finishing that one. I'm planning to maybe publish in the winter now.
Okay, yeah.
What I have new, I've been facilitating training on how to get skills on filmmaking, things that I was
Okay,
learning in the cohort. Now I'm
awesome.
doing with the studio that I'm partnering, and it's
Okay,
amazing. It's a cohort for young learners, and I'm enjoying a lot.
that's awesome.
I wrote a script which has been approved for a nonprofit.
Okay,
It's about domestic violence.
okay,
It's a piece for, it's a kind of educational piece. So, how people can navigate the law systems in Canada.
okay.
So, I'm very excited for this one. Next week, we'll be casting. We have the whole crew. So, I'm the writer, we have the director, the production company. And I have a few meetings next week with RCMP because we'll be
Yes.
having interviews with the police, right,
Yeah.
for the scripted, like a complimentary thing. I've been busy, my friend. Trust me.
That
A
sounds it's
lot
I think the
happening.
last time we did the episode, I was just so excited to hear about all the things you were doing, and, like, that sounds so awesome, like, it seems like you kinda like to do, like, documentaries and real stories and things like that, which I love, which, I do have something on that topic I will share in a second, but I get so excited hearing about your things because, going with today's theme about purposeful passion, I love hearing when people are doing their passion, like, it excites me, and I think it makes me how do I say it? Like, it makes me feel good about me doing my passion too, because, like, it's like, "Okay, I'm doing that too." Or, like, let's say if someone wasn't living their passion and doing it, I feel like I would hope that an episode like this would excite someone to be like, "Okay, what am I passionate about? I'm gonna go do it." Right? Um, and see what I'm trying to think. I have 2 points. I'm like, which way should I go? I guess going on your writing, you love writing script, and I've been starting to get into more writing recently. I just started working. I think I mentioned this to you last time, that I was going to start writing a book. And I actually had actively started writing it. It's a little bit slow go because I have a few other projects I'm trying to finish up. And then, excuse me, I'm going to strictly focus on writing my book and super excited about it. And because I've been in the writing mode a little bit and getting there, I entered a contest with an essay. Like it was a contest um to win a cruise, okay? And it was very themed, and you could like purchase like a merchandise and be entered if you enter a code. But if you clicked on rules and regulations, it said or write an essay, and they didn't put that in like the ad. So I was like, I doubt that many people are gonna click on this and be like, oh, I'll write 1,000-word essay on this topic that they're suggesting. So I was like, I can do that. So I wrote actually the contest ends on Friday, so I will know in the next week if I won.
Oh, that's
But like
exciting.
everything in me was like, you need to do this, you need to apply, you need to write this essay.
Yes.
And like I've said, I've just started getting into writing more, so I had a little trouble. Like I kind of had a little bit of writer's block. So I was like, okay, I need to finish this. And then I finished it. I think it was last Monday and I sent it, but I was super excited about it and been kind of just, like I said, getting into writing more, especially with my book. And my book is like a personal like story about, overcoming challenges and limiting beliefs and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about it. So yeah, like I've kind of getting into some writing myself. I always kind of was into it a little bit, and even in, I think it was elementary, I was in the creative writing club. So
Oh, look at
so yeah, I
you.
kind of, a little bit of part of my passion as well. I like to write as well, but yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. Like I was excited to do this episode because I'll be honest, I was feeling a bit down, and I was like, okay. And we've had lots of construction by our house. So it's just been like kind of chaotic. And I was like, okay, I need a feel good episode. This is going to be awesome. um, but yeah, so I think I was going to mention, we did the episode in April. So part one of Purposeful Passion. And I remember telling you, and hopefully on the episode as well, that I kind of had just started changing my business to strictly online.
Right.
So, um, and that was at the early stages. But now I have developed lots of things. I have two online programs. My third one will be finished on Friday. So those will be available for people to purchase. Um, and yeah, just kind of following my passion more. I had that clarity in April. I think it was right before we did the episode. I had that clarity of, okay, what do I truly love doing? And it was like, I love creating. I love creating content, and that does involve writing. But I was like, I love creating content. I love being creative. Like that's where I feel my truest self, right? So that's when I started, putting everything online, because I was like, I don't want to have to schedule appointments or do this or have to drive here and there. And I was like, I love just creating. That part is my favorite. So I was like, why don't I just create content for people to buy or watch and stuff, and then it's done. So yeah, I've been, over these past, I guess, yeah, 3 months now, I've really been diving deep into creating that content. And um, I will say, and this is kind of, we'll get into this next. It's, although I love it, and I have days where I'm like, oh, I love this, and I'm so excited that I get to do this. I have days where I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like not that I question it, but for me, I want to make a career out of it. Like I I need an income. So some days I struggle with that, and I'm like, I love what I'm doing so much, but then the worries and the fears kind of take over. So I find I start to lose my joy a little bit of my passion. If I don't know if that makes sense, but only because, like I said, those worries and those fears start to creep in. Of, you know, and it could be like, am I good enough? Is my content good enough? Is anyone gonna watch it or read it? Or, so all these like doubts, and then again, like I said, for me, I want, and I think for anyone, to make a career out of their passion is something that they truly desire to do. But it's kind of getting to that point where things start taking off, and after you're doing all the hard work, creating all these
Right.
great things that you want to create, and then making that transition into, oh, I'm making money now, right? So
Yeah.
that's just something I've been kind of struggling with recently for myself. Are there any things that you've kind of faced? I know since we've talked last, like any struggles or challenges that you've come across.
I think I have the same as you because I do have a full time work, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
everything I do has to be outside my working hours. So it will be
Mm.
weekends, it will be holidays, it will be at night. That's the time that I sit down to write and things like that. So it's very hard because
Yeah.
you have your 8 hours day work, and then you have the second job. But it's funny because it's what I love, right? I'm not saying that I don't like the work I'm doing, but if I could, I would just invest in my creative kind of career, because that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for. So I think that you are at the right path, because you discover what it is, and now you're developing this. That's how you get where you want to be, right? You
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
start. You need to get a pen and start writing. There's no other
Yeah.
way, right? So
Yeah.
whenever you start doing and you feel how you love it, you always find a way to make and to get it, make it. How can I put it? So you can get money out of it, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's something that you really enjoy, and people feel that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that what
And I
makes it different.
what's that?
That's what makes it different, because people feel what you're doing, the amount of
Yeah.
love that you're putting in the information, or in the training, or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah. And I do feel because I'm more online, that's also a challenge because I'm not like, local at our events or things, which might be somewhat easier. I don't know, maybe not. But I find I'm online. So I have a broader, it's a good thing, a broader audience to reach, but it's also I have a lot more people that I need to somehow connect with within a few seconds and that they will click that button or that link to and I mean, I look at other kind of like content creators that they've been doing this for like years and have like so many followers and I tell myself, Megan, you haven't even been doing this a year yet. So, you know, and
Exactly.
people say that, "Oh, it takes time, blah, blah, blah," and I'm like, "Okay, I get that, but, like, I am running out of time." Like, I need to make that transition, and actually, a book I did come across, I was gonna mention and made me think of it recently was Energetic Selling and Marketing, by Lena. I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm not gonna try. But if you look up energetic selling and marketing, it says energetic principles for creating extraordinary growth in your business. Um,
Mm.
and everything, because I've been reading a lot on business and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of it, and I think maybe I mentioned this in our last episode. I know I mentioned in some episode, is that doing my passion as an entrepreneur, as a business, I have done a lot of inner work over the past year. Like, especially with trying to discover what it is I truly want to do, and kind of working through a lot of fears and limiting beliefs and stuff. So I I will say it's been very hard and challenging journey so far, but also I have grown the most and learned the most in the past year about myself, even. And I feel like that's really great as it is. Like I said, I find I've gotten more in line with my true self, like my soul self, and understand myself better. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So, little
Yes,
kind of
yeah.
our next point, a little success in that
Mm,
sense.
Many people might, stay their whole lives not knowing what they want to do, right? Not
Yeah,
finding that passion. And you found it.
exactly.
That's a very good sign.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, in light of that, I mean, you've kind of talked about some successes and triumphs that you've had, especially with your crossing border series that you're working on, which sounds awesome. And your book as well. Like, oh, it's so exciting. And even you're facilitating too. Like to me, that's amazing. Like it all involves with your passion. And I love that because same for me, like, I create content, there's so many avenues, like writing, there's so many avenues that you can explore that in. Like, and I thought, I think probably at the beginning of my business journey, I think I might have put limitations on myself and didn't keep myself open to what I'm doing now. Like I didn't even, at first I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like I think my partner even mentioned about doing videos on YouTube and I was like, oh, no. And like that's I kind of doing it. He's like, I told you so. And I've really enjoyed it. And I feel like I've really, like I said, grown um, you know, with that and kind of expanding, what my passion could include, right? Like it's still all related to creating and creating content, but there's so much you can do with that. So, being open, I've also learned that too, like being open to the possibilities and what could be out there for living your passion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, so if there's any, I know, like I said, you shared some successes and great things, but if there's any other things that you can think of that would be, triumphs or successes from making your passion a reality, yeah, please share those.
I think that the most interesting thing, I was mentioning, when you love what you do, people can feel it. And whenever I'm doing maybe a location scout, or whenever I meet people and I tell about what I'm doing, I get people to collaborate with me. They see the love, right? And they start referring other people and other businesses and other ideas for documentary. It's so funny. I have like in my to-do list, I have 5 more documentaries that I'm ready to produce. One is for
Awesome.
university.
Okay.
They after the World Cup, the soccer thing is so big. So a university wants me to develop a project about their soccer team, which
Okay.
I'm so excited because I love soccer. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be amazing. It has everything to do with me. I had another project about people with disabilities
Okay.
that I've been working on. I have a very special project that I might invite you at some point, but
Okay.
it's a kind of Canadians going to the extra mile, people helping
Okay.
other people.
Yeah.
It's another one. So I have another podcast that I've been working for a art gallery that
Okay.
I met the owners and I told them about the crossing borders. We're gonna be doing a shooting on the gallery. They're
Yeah.
so amazing. And from that conversation and from the shooting, I get another jobs from them. So
Nice.
I think things grow. I think that exactly the same is gonna happen to you in your business because everything you're proposing, it's thing are training and content that people are looking for, but sometimes they don't know where to find, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
at some point, I think marketing might be the piece that it might be not missing, but you may need work a little bit more after you
yeah.
finishing the content. That's what you were doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I bought that book to
Yeah,
hopefully give me some ideas because it talks about how, like, I've only read a few chapters, but being more excited and more aligned with your selling and marketing, and that it's, because yeah, a lot of people don't really like that part, especially if they're not uh business people to begin with, that can be to me the most challenging part. But what you said, this happens and this happened, like how things kind of connected to each other. I do find, and like I said, I've been having a hard time with this lately, but I find when you're following your passion and what you truly like, what your soul desires to do, things do happen organically. And
Yes.
things happen because it's what you're following your passion. Whereas if you weren't following your passion, things can feel like, you're like you're going up a hill. And it's not to say that there won't be things that are challenging, because I've
Of
definitely
course.
faced lots of challenges, but I had the strong desire to keep going anyway because it was my passion, that I got over that, was able to push through that challenge. But I find there's, when you're not following your passion and you're struggling and you're kind of, you're left without that joy because, like I've there's certain jobs in my life, and I feel like I was always searching for that, like after university, and I would go to jobs and I just,
Mhm.
was not fulfilling me in any kind of way. And then when I made that decision to, this is what I want to do. And like you said, a lot of people don't find that for a very long time and or never find it. They
Yeah.
just kind of say, "Oh, well, this is what I'm supposed to do." Like I'm supposed to, get this kind of job or blah, blah, blah. They don't really think about what they're passionate about or really believe that they could follow their
Yeah.
passion, right? Um, so yeah, like that kind of, when you were talking about that, I was like, oh yes, I was like that. I want that to happen. So, but and yeah, like this whole episode kind of going back to transforming how living your passion transforms your wellness. Um, as I mentioned for myself, like I've grown the most and done a lot of inner work because of it. Um, because I was faced with my fears. Like it wasn't, oh, my boss is being hard on me. I am my boss. I'm my own boss. So I was like, oh, it's me. Okay. So, like I said, it happened where I had to do a lot of inner healing and I'm still doing a lot of inner work. So to me, living my passion has affected me in that way to my wellness. And of course brings me that ultimate joy, that fire within, that I just like sometimes get so excited that my like I said, it's because it's so aligned with what my soul wants that I know, okay, this is right, not rice, right. Even when I'm editing, if I'm like, oh, I'm trying to word something and I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound right. And then I reword it a little bit, and then it just hits. And then I start to get teary eyed and I'm like, yep, this is it. This is what I need to say. So I know that, yes, my soul is saying yes at that moment. Um, so yeah, how has, doing all these projects and things really affected your wellness over the
Oh,
past?
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I just go to sleep and I'm dead. There's no issues with sleeping because I'm always so busy, so many things
Yeah.
happening that just which is good.
Yeah.
But everything around, the way I think we see things, right? Because whenever you I can say happy, or you're doing things that makes you feel happy, that you don't see the time passing, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes
Love
it's
that.
11 p.m. and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to wake up tomorrow morning, right? To go to
Yeah.
work. So
Yes.
you don't feel it.
Love
It's
that.
it's really like a pleasure, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. And I feel I've been so structured with myself that I haven't done that in a while. Um, but the past few days I've kind of been taking it easy because I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take it easy in the morning and then I'll work in the afternoon. And actually, I was really successful with the things I had to do in the afternoon because I took my morning off and just kind of did stuff for my mental health or whatever. So I've I guess that's another thing that I've noticed, and I kind of read in that book is that spending more time on your mental health and your mindset so that way you feel right has an influence on the work you do. Like I feel,
Sure.
I can better focus that way and then I'll get like a lot of work done. Whereas normally I might have like struggled because I was feeling kind of off. Um, so I've been learning how to do that more and not be like, "Oh my gosh, I need to get this done. I need to get this done." Because to me, I'm in that rushed mindset and I'm not going to enjoy the work that I'm doing because of it. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if
I
you
was
face that sometimes.
I was reading a report the other day about health and safety, and many companies in many different countries they are changing the work schedule for 4 days, and the employees will have one day, well, three extras, right? If we count with Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah,
but they are also enforcing people to do meditation, emotional intelligence, whatever they could be doing for their own mental health. And there are studies that all the companies that are being doing this work, this different work schedule, the success for the job done is really better than it was before, the
yeah,
numbers, right?
yeah,
Because the employees are taking care of their mental health.
yeah,
So I might share this work with you because maybe these people are looking to do some work from home, maybe learn some
yeah,
of your content, right?
yeah. That would be
That
awesome
might be
because, yeah,
another,
like
sorry, that
you
might
go
be
ahead.
another thing that you might target with your marketing, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, Yeah, like I feel like that's been coming up a lot is where people have more success when they focus on their mindset more and they spend more time on their mental health
Exactly.
because and then they take less and this is something I read, it was like 80% mindset, 20% action. But then that 20% action is so powerful because your mindset is just
Exactly.
amazing and in a good place. So that 20% action is easy. It's like I said, it's more powerful than versus let's flip those around, 80% action, 20% mindset. That 80% action is going to be to me wipe you out and
Right.
not feel you're not going to feel joy. You're not, you're going to struggle with things. So I've definitely been, like I said, learning to take time to slow down,
Slow
you
down.
know, and, spend time on my mindset more than, oh, I need to edit all these videos and blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you know what? I can take some time right now and work on my mindset and do a meditation and edit that video later,
Yeah,
right?
I do that
So,
too.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, well, we are at our time. I'm sure we could probably just talk, talk, talk for 30 more minutes. I hope our video works today because I tried a new app. I know the connection might not be as good, but it'll be great. We had a great conversation
Yeah,
today on
yes.
purposeful passion. I always like to end if there's any exciting news, I'm like, or promote anything you want to promote. I mean, you've talked about a lot of things, but if there's anything, other exciting news, maybe in your personal life or anything that you would like to promote, please share that now.
I do can promote because I'm casting for this short film that about the domestic violence. So we're looking for
Oh,
actors. So I'll
okay.
share the link with you later. So maybe if you can share it.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be great. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get all the links from you and I'll put them, um, with this video. So if anybody wants more information about what Maria is up to, they can check out those links. Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, that's it. Thanks again,
Thank you so
Maria,
much.
for
Always a
coming on the
pleasure.
show. I love having you on, and maybe we'll have to do a part 3 in the next 3 months to see what's been going on. Thank you everyone who likes, follow, and subscribes this video. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks again, and until next time.
Thank you. Bye.